What's going on? Welcome to Shred Gaming, and I thought what better way to end the year but with a 2022 fighting game recap. In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the major events in the fighting game world that happened over 2022, and this is a lot of the big stuff. So if I do not mention a specific game that may have come out or a specific announcement or event that happened that you know of, please comment down below, tell me what I missed. I'd like to know. Having said that, please like and subscribe as well. Trying to get to 175. I only got 3 days left, and could really use your guys' help with that. Now, without further ado, let's get after it. Now, this journey begins in February, where Capcom makes its official announcement of Street Fighter 6. And King of Fighters 15 launched, the highly anticipated sequel to 14, in which it had a very successful launch for the franchise's fans. Skip forward a few months later, in which Street Fighter 6 had a roster leak, in which we actually got to see some of the art styles of the new characters, some of our old characters, how they changed, and which left us with a lot of questions about what's happening with Ken, who are these new characters. It raised a lot of good discussion points about what is happening in Street Fighter 6. And Capcom Fighting Collection was launched. The nostalgia factor was real with this game. A lot of your favorite arcade games were brought online to play with your friends or play competitively. In those games included Darkstalkers, Vampire Saviors, Cyberbots, Red Earth, and many more. And DNFDuel was launched. Although the game had a very successful launch, the game quickly died due to its lack of balance and lack thereof development support. However, after a few dead months of the game, we are going to see some pretty big changes coming for DNFDuel, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And then in July, Multiverses launched, one of the most anticipated platform fighters, in which you got to play some of your favorite WB characters. Due to its free-to-play platform and its easy play style, Multiverses has been a huge success. Now in 2022, August and December are probably the two biggest months for fighting games. So much happened over these months. Buckle up, let's get after it. Let's start off with ProjectL Update 1. In late 2021, RiotGames officially announced it is indeed working on a fighting game. Although we all have known that this game has been in development for a long time, it wasn't until then that we officially got an announcement that they are. Now, this was the first update in which we actually got a ton of information from this game, including a lot of the characters, what they look like, the art style, and the most important thing, the netcode. And Evo returns to in-person offline play in the only place that it needs to be in, which is Vegas. Due to unforeseen circumstances, including COVID and some harassment issues that happened in 2020, we have not seen offline play in the biggest fighting game tournament since 2019. And anyone who was there could tell you that they had a blast. I've heard nothing but good things. Everyone was so excited to be there, and everyone had a great time. And we saw some of the best fighting game play in Evo history. It was so much fun to watch. But of course, Evo would not be Evo without some big announcements, in which Samurai Showdown and Dragon Ball FighterZ officially announced that those games will be receiving rollback netcode. Samurai Showdown has announced that they will be having a rollback netcode beta in January of 2023. However, nothing has been announced for Dragon Ball FighterZ, but they have made it very clear that both of these games will be getting rollback netcode. And Street Fighter 6 had 2 character trailers, including Juri and Kimberly, which raised a lot of hype for both of these characters since they both look so good. Juri is a fan favorite, and Kimberly, the newcomer, was one of the funnest characters to watch. And the Tekken teaser trailer. Yeah, some of us talked about it being maybe a Tekken 1 remake, but we all kind of knew that it was indeed Tekken 8. 1 month later, we get the official Tekken trailer. Yes, it is Tekken 8, in which we got to see Kazuya and Jin duke it out in one of the most beautiful fighting game trailers I have ever seen. And Street Fighter 6 game mode trailer was announced along with 4 of the World Warriors, in which we got to see 3 of the gameplay modes and how they're going to be played out. Now, through October and November, we got to see some gameplay trailers from some of the Street Fighter characters, along with some character themes, and we got to see the art style of some of the new characters, which raised a lot of questions about Ken, what's happening with Ken? And we got a closed beta in which a lot of people got to play as Juri, Kimberly, Chun-Li, and Ryu. It was a fun couple of months, but much like August, December was a huge month for fighting games. Starting off December was ProjectL's second update video, in which we got to see the movement and the gameplay mechanics of the game and the tag mechanics of the game. We got a few updates on the art style, and we got to see Alawi play and how she is going to play as a character. ProjectL is playing out to be one of the most anticipated fighting games. And then the annual Game Awards, in which Multiverses received Best Fighting Game of the Year, and we got to see some more Street Fighter 6 characters along with some gameplay modes, which it looks like Street Fighter 6 is really pushing for the whole new player fun element that Street Fighter has been lacking pretty much since the arcade days. And we got to see another Tekken gameplay trailer. We got to see some of the character designs and the aggressive style that Tekken is going to be turning into in Tekken 8. Harada did an interview the night of the Game Awards in which he went over a lot of the gameplay mechanics, the art style, how the game is going to play, and how he wants to make the game a lot more of an aggressive game instead of a more defensive or reactive game. We also got our second Street Fighter 6 closed beta, in which we got to play 4 more characters, and a lot more people were invited into that beta, so we got a lot more players and a lot more people got to try it out. And finally, DNFDuel. I told you I would get back to DNFDuel. DNF had its grand balance patch where it pretty much boosted everybody, gave everybody a health buff, and it announced that it's going to indeed be having a season pass, which it will be bringing in 5 more characters, one of which was announced, their new character Spectre. And that, my friends, is 2022. Forgive me if I missed anything. If I did, please comment down below. Tell me some of the things that you saw that I missed. Also, tell me some of the most important things or some of the most exciting things that happened for fighting games over the year. So much happened, and I can tell you that 2022 is probably the biggest setup year I've ever seen for a gaming genre. So much is going to be executed in 2023. I know that we're going to Tekken 8 is definitely coming. MK12 is definitely coming. Not definitely, most likely coming. Street Fighter 6 is definitely coming, and probably ProjectL. It's definitely like a possibility, not likely, but hey, it could happen. Please comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next year, shred out.